So I said, I sting you. I ably sting you with a dish, or through a dish, or in a dish. Okay. Cufflinks. Not what I would want on my hands. I do not want to be in handcuffs. do they clink together? Probably. I guess it's kind of an FU in a way. Or maybe it's just punishment for doing something to someone else that's like an FU. Or maybe, well, a lot worse than an FU. Not just an FU. Oh, what else can I say about this word? We have like the word fin here. Finks. A sink. A link. So maybe like cuff in a sink. Cuff in an L sink. What would happen if the cuffs were soaked in a sink? Would they take an L? What would happen if a cuff is soaked inside a sink? Would it take an L? Would it break? I don't know. Would it say FU? Would it say FC and FCU? Anyway. You got the word ink and kin and skin. Cufflink's probably being tough on the skin. Maybe even tougher than ink. Or maybe not. Or maybe. Okay, this one I saw. What did I say about? I said something like. I don't even remember what I said about this word. Stem con. Oh yeah, Connecticut stem, of course. Now I've seen it. This word I said. What did I say about this word? Sire. Pin. Imp. Sire. Not the. What did I say about this word? I know I saw it, but premium. Oh, is premium. That's right. That's what I said. Right, Caesarists. What can I say about this word? Oh wait, no. Did I already? No, I had this word and I didn't understand it. It's assist care. This is a word that I had, right? Yeah, this is a word that I had. I just didn't realize it said Caesarists. Assist care. Brazenly. Bra. Zen. Is Lee so zen that he attracts every bra? Wait, that's an image. Is Molten Lee so zen that he attracts every bra in a bar? I don't know if bras are actually attracted to someone who's zen, but maybe some are. Probably some are. Fox. Ed the Fox. Well, new Ed. Now we have a Fox Ed. I've definitely been like somewhat inappropriate in this video, but anyway. A fox named Ed of XCT of Dex. Dex of Fox Ed. Dex of Fox Ed. So, like, did a fox named Ed have a kid? And so Dex is of Fox Ed. That makes sense. Dex of Foxed. Foxed. They talked about Homer and the IRS. They talked about. Alright. One I really almost got wrong was adoptively. I kind of guessed on that one. I mean, I thought I had seen it and I had, but that one I really almost got wrong. That was more of a close one than inconstantly. But anyway, festivity. So we're gonna have like feisty vit, or fit. Oh, what do I say about this one? There's also napkins back there if I want to use them for my nose, which I think maybe I just will. Napkin that my fork was in. Just okay. Festivity. Feisty vid or feisty two. Lies for oh, we have a thank you abbreviation here. What to say? What else to say? Fits. Every. Thank you for festive. Festive, thank you. But without an E. Festive, I thank you. I thank you, festive. But with no E there. Just I thank you, festive. Why not no E? Alright. What else can I say? Like, and I talked about fits, I talked about feisty. I guess there's fives. Like fives. And TITY. Or fives. And then TITY. It fives, thank you. Alright. Creasier. Race sire. Race rise. Rise race. Sire race. Sir. Let's have the word erase. Rick erase. Erase Rick. I don't mean to offend Rick there. Don't erase Rick. Even though it's only RIC, still, don't erase Rick. Alright. I feel like maybe I saw this one before, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. I probably didn't. Just the jing sounds kind of familiar. Some different word. So what can I say about this word? Slanging. Like slang. So like people who use ing, retirement, they talk in slang. What kind of slang would they use? What kind of slang would they use with the network and the S and G, and between the S and the G? What kind of gin? what slang? How's gin impact slang anyway? The lang of slang. What's the lang of slang when gin is involved? When ing retirement is involved, or when both are involved? I don't know. Is it not good? Is slang not good? Is the lang of slang not good? I don't advocate alcohol. I do not advocate alcohol. I am anti-alcohol. He was right. It was new with you. Okay. Space women. What do we say about space women? Are they in space? But every woman is in space somewhere. Just not necessarily in what we think of as space. But really space, everyone's in space somewhere. Space is everywhere. Space includes everywhere, so everyone is in space somewhere. The pace of women in space. What's the same as the pace? I mean, what does that mean? Just the pace of women, right? A spa with a spa with new cum. Not newcomer, just new cum. Not newcomers, just a spa with new cum. Gavin Newcomb, Newsome. Spa with new cum. Not income, but new cum. Everyone's in space somewhere. Women, men, everyone's in space somewhere. Not necessarily not necessarily off Earth, but somewhere in space. Space includes everywhere. Space includes everywhere. Prez. It's like president or P resigned. P resigned. P res. Just P resigned. So I guess like the president did something wrong and just prez and then P resigned. And they resign if they do something more and just get rid of that P and they just resign. To prep for the S, to be prez. Reps. And it depends on their reputation if they have to resign or not. Their reps. Just their rep. The rep of the prez. They're gonna res. Because of their prep. The rep of the prez gonna make them res. I don't know. The rep of the prez gonna make them res. There should be another rhyme there, but anyway. New word. And it talks about the big test, not the vague test, the big test on the EU bag, the EU gab, EA Sports doing a bug test of EA Sports and maybe having baguettes while they do the bug testing, while they do the bug test, while they do the EA bug test. Darkness. It's rather dark outside right now. Where's the arc in the dark? Snarky. Snark. The arc in the dark. Snark. Ned. Does Ned know where the Ark is? Ned Flanders. He's very religious. Does he know where Noah's Ark is? I mean, I don't know. Or what do I know? Or maybe I know, or maybe I don't. Or maybe yes, maybe no, maybe so. Or maybe I know, or what do I know? Or why do I know what I know? I guess. Even if I'm not telling you all that I know. Even if I'm not telling you all that I know, which I'm definitely not. Okay. RN. Doc. Like some word in Russian that sounds like Doc, I think. And like maybe like someone streaming Russian. Right now. I'm not doing that. I don't really know Russian. Why are we talking like this? Okay, so another word here is darn. That darn kiss. It's not a kiss, it's a kiss. And that darn kiss. I guess it didn't go that well because it was in the darkness. But I guess a kiss in the dark would usually you might want it, but I guess in this case it didn't go that well and it was just a bunch of darkness in the end. That darn kiss. Where's the Ark in the dark? Does Ned know? Does Ned Flanders know? The Ark in the dark, where is it? Right, this one I said something about it, like, pretend that, like, it has 12 because there are 12 letters in here and there are only 5 syllables. What more did I say about this word? I don't know. They said something about, like, label. I don't know what more I said about this word, but I know I saw it. I guess the 12, 10, and 5 thing. I guess that's what I'm saying right now. I should have something better than that, though. Oh, ASL, like American Sign Language. That was for something different, I think. That was for a different word. Maybe like decays label. Oh, the L decays. The label, the L decays the label, that's right. Alright, this was the one where I had like, pa. Like I said, like, do you eye your pal ZZ? I said the pizza could help you. Like La Pizza could help you ZZ. Help you sleep. This one I asked about like TL versus TL, like Eric Rosen's TL versus Nicholas Theodoro TL. TL, 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 TL. I've been over this one. Wives don't have multiple wives at once. This one I was talking about Lisa species having a special size, and do I have a special easy S? What to say about this word? Boss Mac is. Boss Max. Not Big Macs. Boss Max. Is that like a Big Mac? I think it's like a Big Mac like MAC as opposed to MACK. Boss Max. We could still add the K just for whatever. They're Boss Max. See, when they're Big Macs, like they're just like big. When they're Boss Macs, then they're like big, but like they're like also like really dense. And so like they're so dense that like if you eat it, it might be like too much for you. You might have to call SOS because like it might just be too much for you. It's so dense. That Boss Mac, the Boss Max. And so Maybe you could have like cabs. I don't know. Maybe like bam. Os. Ew, bam. Cos. S-K-S. What else can we say about this word? It's like bam. Boss Max. So dense. Those just Big Macs, but then like really dense. We have like OS for like operating system, Ms. operating system on the backs. There's the SS here again. And we got those boss max. Mouse backs, boss max. So dense. You might need SOS. For those boss max, not Big Macs, boss max, so dense. Eating them might be an experience very tense. Eating them might be an experience you find tense. They're so dense. Tantalum. So I believe that's an element. Maybe. I mean, we don't have tantrum here. I'll replace the R for tantrum. So no tantrum for this element, just ow and this tantalum. Owl's tantalum replacing the tantrum. Owl replacing the R for tantrum, so it becomes tantalum instead. So that's how you turn a so that's how a tantrum becomes tantalum, is when owl comes in and takes out the R and replaces it. What else to say? There's the word ant. We got the name tau. We got the word and the name mu. And the word mu in Greek, mu is I guess a letter. So an ant. So the tau surround the ant, and kill it. Maybe he did. Tau surrounded the ant, killed it, and then it says, what now? And I guess the answer to that in the future, in this gameplay or test, this run, will be seen. But for now, the answer is new. He goes, now what? And I say, not mu, new this time. Next time, seen. Alright, so if you rule being passive and then you put them together and you become persuasive. Duenas. What do we say about this word? So non-dues. Alright, so like, did you sue them? Like maybe they got sued because like they didn't give you the non. And so you wanted your non-dues from the restaurant and you didn't get them. And rather than complaining, you just sued them because you didn't get your non. That's what you did. Well, you had a point. Duenas. That's what it's about. Suing about the non. Or the lack thereof, rather. And maybe just if the non isn't good enough, too. Suing about the non, the lack thereof, lack of quality, etc. That's what duenas are all about. Suing about non. You wanted your non-dues and you didn't get them. So now you sued because you wanted that non that you wanted. The non that you were owed. Okay, so I was saying this one like pro stater, if like you're into like states' rights. Then like you could be a pro stater. Maybe. Or maybe like someone into states' rights could be a pro-stater. A pro-stater. Right, scrappers are talking about like rappers going like into computer science and stuff like SCS or like and he was talking about like rapper and like per rap and I guess I didn't realize that like we have SS surrounding crapper. Well, the SS from Nazi time was worse than crap. What else did I say about this word? Par rep. I guess a rapper could have a par rep. I probably didn't say that earlier. Maybe I said something about like per scar or something. Or scars or perpetual scars. That's right. That would be very tough. That would be tough. Or that wouldn't be what we would want. Perpetual scars, perp scars. Okay, what do we say about this one? Turbo TS. Turbots. Turbo TS. Turbots. Rut bots. So like bots in a rut. Bots in a rut. He's like crush those bots. Crush those bots and put them in a rut. Exactly. Bots in the rut. Bots in the rut. Bots in the rut. Bots crushed in the rut. Bots crushed in the rut. Man beats machine. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the other hand, you have the bots rots in the tub, but rots in the tub. All right, so maybe you like water damage the bots, and so then they rot in the tub, rots in the tub, but rots in the tub. Now maybe that's a better way than just stomping them. Oh well, do what you want. Beat those bots. Man beats machine. Man wins. Or human wins. Woman beats machine. Humans beat machines. Beat the bot. Beat the bots. Beat the bots. Okay, this one I talked about postal. E going postal at the end. E having a tough go of it at the end. E being at the end and going postal. Degenerate. So what can we say about this word? Need reg T. Need registered T. Tier. I mean, we have rate here. Oh, degenerate. So like, if you want to rate the gene, or like your gene rate going down if you're degenerate, that actually makes sense. Like degenerate, the gene rate going down if you're degenerate. Right, G we saw. I talked about it, we memorized it. G. Alright. Let's book in the booklets, and I talked about keto and slob and how those would be kind of opposite of each other, so what would actually happen to the person's weight. They're on keto, but they're also not exercising, being a slob. This one I said, what did I say about this one? It's something like kind of sad, but like, what did I say about this one? It wasn't that pretty. It wasn't really all that nice, but it was. I guess I didn't really memorize. I guess I didn't really memorize it that well. I mean, I know I saw this word, but. Tin got tea. To tin tea. Gin tot. Nope. Don't. Ting tot. Going. Toing. TT. Toting or outing or. You don't want tots to drink gin, that's for sure. I don't remember what I said about this word. I know I saw it, but I don't remember what I said. Toingy, toying, or tin got tea. TT, tongue, going, oing. Oh, toddy not good, that's right. It's just the letters, toddy not good. They said I was anti-alcohol, and I am. So an alcoholic toddy would be not good. Due to the alcohol. Scantiest. So an ant. It's like if that were an E instead of an A, we could have like scientist. Right? Maybe not. Maybe not. I guess if we were an I, we could have scientist. But it's not. Instead, it's a scantiest. Not a scientist, a scantiest. So an expert in scanning stuff. Like tin. Maybe we have like the name is Tina the Scantiest. The anti-scantiest. The anti-cest. Tina the Scantiest. The Scantiest. It doesn't have to be scantiest, it could be scantiest, like scientist, but scantiest. An expert at scanning things. Specializing in the scan. The scan of the can. Of a can't. Of a scant can. Of a scant can't. A test of eye scan. Maybe we could have a new product called eye scan and we test it. Should test it before it's released. Make sure there aren't bugs and so on. Make sure like there aren't any ants crawling around in it like bugs. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sure. Make sure there are no ants crawling around inside the eye scan when we test it. No bugs. Yeah. Alright, this one's new. Alright, this one I talked about. Do we eye our pals easy? Can have pizza. Pizza can help us go easy. TL? Eric Rosen's TL versus Nicholas Theodore's TL. TL, which likely was Nicholas Theodore's account on chess.com. One of his accounts on chess.com. anthologizes. Anthologizes. So like an ant holo. A low ant hog size. So like usually the ants are like pretty small, but like if you go lower, like when they're really low, then they're actually hog size, like really big. So don't go down there. The ants there are like really big and you don't want to see them. That's what anthologizes is all about. It's about like when the ants are like low on the ground. When those ants are low on the ground and they're actually like hog size. That's what anthologizes is about. Anthologizes is about that specifically. Those ants that are well beneath the surface. You don't want to see them. I talked about this word, like Dora, and like if Dora took a nap, and I said that afterwards, like this, I would have seen Pandora, like, and all that. He asked if Eric rose in legs, and I said he probably didn't, but we could pretend that he does. He said that E went postal. E is at the end of this word. E went postal, having a tough go of it in this run. In this test or gameplay. Or test. Or gameplay. Like this run. Don't crumble, don't fumble, so you're gonna rumble. I said something else maybe about this word, but anyway, so you're gonna rumble, don't crumble, don't fumble, so you're gonna rumble, don't crumble, don't fumble, so you're gonna rumble. Alright, so non-abrasively. What do we have to say about this word? I know there was a previous word with like Nona, but like that was different, I think. It better have been different. I think it was. Okay, so Nona's bra is live. Alive. Nona Percy alive. What else can we say about this word? Bar, a non-bar, alive, C, S-Y. Bravely, that's in here. See bravely. Nona is bravely. Okay. I mean, it's not like perfect, but Nona is bravely. Okay, well, like Nona Lee is brave. Okay, that one would work. Nona Lee is brave. That works. Not abrasively. Nona Lee is brave. Not abrasively though. But Nona Lee is brave. Nona Lee is brave. Not abrasively. Clothesline. Okay. So like a cloth and like an electronic cloth on lines on electronic lines. Okay, so maybe you have like cloth on electronic lines. Well, lots of things are electronic these days, right? So you have like cloth going on electronic lines. What else can we say about this word? I mean, a clothesline. I guess clothes kind of comes from the word cloth. You have like a lot of like there's only one S in this chess. You could have like shot of clay line. Maybe like an incline. No, there's only one N in here. In this word. And you have like LOL. Right. But then what? What else? Hot. Cliswine. I don't know. I guess you can just go for the cloth on the electronic lines. Cloth on electronic lines. Clothesline. That's what a clothesline really is. I mean, it is maybe like if you just buy all your clothes on the internet. Cloth on electronic lines. On electronic lines. Alright, this one's. Again, what did I say about this one? That's what I asked last time. What did I say about this? Oh, yeah, Connecticut stem. That's right, stem. Connecticut stem. Right, GMB. B-jam. Alright, so maybe it's like butter and jam, but it's just like B-jam. B-jam. It's my B-jam. Jam B. Plan B or Jam B? So we have you have an A and then Jam B. A and B, J. So like Jam B, B Jam. You got your L and your jam and your B. It's like, is that butter is just like a B? Did you put your jam on your bread in the shape of a B? You could do that. Because that's an image. Put your strawberry jam on your bread in the shape of a B. Okay, and then that counts as butter, right? And you go jamming B B B B B B B B B B B B B. Jam B. It's the B jam. Alright. Horoscope. What do we say about this word? Rope. Hosk. Or scoho. Or show. Or shoe. Or scoo. Or like. What do we say about this word? Like heroes. So like. Put the E here. We have heroes. Copo. Heroes Coop. Okay. Heroes Coop. Now, Coop I would usually think of as C-O-U-P maybe, or maybe it could be C-O-O-P, like Coop. So, Heroes Coop. That's where the heroes are in the coop. C-O-O-P. Coop. Is that a word? Maybe it is, but for purposes of this, it is. The hero scoop. The scoop of a hero. What's the scoop on the hero? The horoscope knows what the scoop is on the hero. horoscope knows what the scoop is on the hero. Allele. Lily. All the eel. All the eel and the allele. All the eel and the allele. Yeah, allele is like dominant or recessive or something like that. But all the eel sits inside an allele. That's not true, but we can pretend that it is. Or maybe just say it's not true that all the eels sits inside an allele. Right, this one I said me keep. What did I say? Me keep tires, sire. He's talked about G before. G. Alright, what do we say about this word? Bus is dies. What do we say? Like Bud is sizes. You could say that. Bud is sizes. Dub is sizes. Sizes is dub. What size is the dub? Is it a big dub or just like a regular dub? Gotta get the dub. Gotta get that big dub. Size is dub. Bud is size. Subs. Like subscriptions. Or they subsidize. Subsidize. Interesting. Because I feel like the word subsidizes was probably like around way before you could subscribe to someone on YouTube. What else do we say about this? Bid on the sizes? On the sus size? So, like, you bid on, like, how big your suspicious is. How big your suspicion is of, like, subsidize. Bid to subsidize. That would make sense. Sid go on the bus of what size? I play around with this word a lot. But I guess I can say like the bid of the size of the sus. The size of the bid shows how sus you are of whatever you're suspicious of. Like the subsidizes. Okay, so I mean I don't think I'm eating a casserole tonight, but what did I say about this word? I talked about cast and I talked about the rule. What else did I say? Oh, I talked about. How about Eric? I talked something about Eric Rosen like sacrifice. Like Eric Rosen. Oh, the soul of Eric Rosen sacrificed peace. So you can look at like the fault on the bottom of it. That makes it so the weeds don't come out of the peace. You can look at the soul of the peace that Eric Rosen sacrificed. Soul Eric Rosen sacrifice. It's seen. It's seen. Better not tap it. I better not click new there. I know it's seen. Okay, this one was the apology to King Tut for FY. Apologies to King Tut for the FY there. But anyway, using that to remember. I'm using that to remember. So, this word, I'm pretty sure it's new. Oh, I should think first. What can I say about this word? What can I say about this? Like, Edlout. I can say that. I can say Elo. Oh, UTD Elo. Okay. TDU Elo. So, like, the TD looks at your Elo. That makes sense. TDU Elo. TD looks at your Elo. TDU Elo. TDU Elo. The TD looks at your Elo. And does what with it? I mean, the computer makes the pairings, not the TD. So why does the TD look at your ELO anyway? Why did TD look at you ELO anyway? But Ed would want to know. And what do we think about this shell trill? I talk about trill being like playing, like alternating between two pitches really fast in music. What do I say about this? So, shell trill. So I guess like you're like, and then like, and then like you find shell under the ground as you're doing that. Like you're digging, and then you find the shell. You're really happy that you found shell under the ground, and you have all this surprising, valuable stuff that you didn't realize you had before. Maybe you're really happy about it anyway, or maybe it's just like, but like you didn't really care that much about money anyway. The hat. What do you say about the hat here? The hat. I don't know. LURS. Eat. Shorel. What else can I say about this word? O'Shea. TLR. Alert. 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 Shell. Alert. Shell. Alert. Shell. Shell trill. Alert. Trill. Shell. Dailers. That's what Dailers is all about. Alert. Trill. Shell. Trill. Shell. What do I say about this one? I said like so how do I use these words? Into like it was like C or it was like IC or TIC. Like TT or II or no, like cations. 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 There was another one where I said a PC one on a diet of ions, but anyway. What did I say about this one? I don't know. So I guess I just say something else. Cat. I cat. Act. I act. To sin. Whoa, that's not good. Why are you saying that some place like makes you do your citations? That's right. Oh, I was saying the CIA. That's right. The CIA like makes you do your citations. Saying like something like someone named like TT is at the CIA, something like that. I guess we could also think of it cat ions or whatever. But there's something about like TT being at the CIA and like something related to that. Like I don't know. Oh, so TT in CIA. That's right. This one I said something about like Molten Lee being soulful. And I said something that was like really like non-soulful, something like FY and FU or something. I don't know. We could say Molten Lee is soulful. Alright. So does Benjamin Bach have gems? Maybe he does. He would know. Bach gems. Well, gems Bach. How many gems does Bach have? If he does have any. If he doesn't have any, then he has 0. Is OBS a sort of gem? Maybe in the shape of a K, whatever that would mean. I don't know. Meg K uses OBS. Maybe she does. I don't know who Meg K is. Maybe we create a fictional character named Meg K. There are probably a lot of people out there named Meg K. I don't know how many of them use OBS. Maybe some do. Anyway, how many gems does Benjamin Bach have? What do we say about constancy? Like I have to do this like with constancy and like not like give out. Okay. And I guess we have like cyan here. And then we have what? Like cost. Oh, like it cost Nancy. So what would it cost Nancy to have such constancy? What would it cost Nancy to be fancy schmancy? The cost of Nancy of constancy. What would it cost Nancy to have such constancy in terms of effort? I don't know. I don't know about if Stan Psi is actually a con. I'm referring to the user. I'm referring to Stan and then CY, which doesn't actually refer to anyone as far as I know. So then that person can't actually be a con because that person doesn't exist. But in fictional world, the person can be a con, the fictional character. Cyan, cost, and Cyan, Saint Con. And Saint Con, that would be weird. Con Street. That's where cyan. Con Street is an all cyan. Con Street. It's not blue. It's not. It's paved very weirdly in all cyan. Not the roads are usually paved in blue like this either. So anyway, what was the cost for Nancy? To be so fancy schmancy. What was the cost for Nancy? Cost Nancy. Gee, I've seen that word before. Gee, I've seen it before. Gee, I've seen it before. In this gameplay. This test your gameplay or test your gameplay or test your gameplay or test. Yes, they talked about like fertilization, like the flirt aspect, and then like you can feel good if you fart, and like, and then there's like an elation at the fertilization. This one I talked about color with the U, like the British spelling. I talked about tinter, intert. Remove this T. Home in the IRS. Alright. Host El Rai. Alright, so who wants to host El Rai? Maybe someone does. I don't know. I mean, someone could host El Rai. Like the Ryan. Who wants to host the Ryan? You tell me. I don't know. And so, well, hostile, but that's like HOSTILE. Maybe we could like change the spelling and say that R is hostile with a Y instead of an I. So HOSTYLE. Hostile. Like a hostile style. That's what R's got. The hostile style. Or we just say like, what's the style of ORH? Style. Host El Rai, who wants to do it? I don't know, but what style were you gotta do it in? I don't know either. I don't know. OR style. OR style. Like OR style. Oh, R style. That's what style we gotta host Orion. We gotta host him in R style. Or host them in R style, maybe. If Roy maybe wouldn't be exclusively. I guess it's not. I've seen like it's not exclusively male names, so that's what I've seen in my experience. And the Y would usually be for a male, but not always. Hostile style or has maybe. Alright. Unclog the S. Sun clog. So, like, what if you clogged the sun with a bunch of logs? And instead of having like a regular uncle, you replaced the E with OGS. Like, not an ogre, just an OGS. S being one letter apart from R, and then the E just being missing from ogre. But S is also a letter apart from R. So how do we unclog the S? Using the logs that we put in the sun. Using like all these logs. Using like you clog the sun with a bunch of logs. Sun clog. Who did it? Someone named Sun clogged the sun with a bunch of logs. So that way no heat can reach any of the planets anymore. and then everyone froze to death, including the son who clogged the sun with a bunch of logs, who had to go back home afterwards because nowhere else to go. And the sun was like really dangerous because it was like too hot right there. But then maybe like that person could like find somewhere in space where it's just right. So yeah, like maybe like unclog the S, or like clog the sun with a bunch of logs. Prominence. Prominence. Promine. It's the nice me pro. Okay. Nice pro man. I don't know about that. What else can I say? 9 CE was when the first prom happened. Probably not, but you never know. If the first prom ever happened in the year 9 CE. I mean, I would doubt it, but like, I guess I don't know for sure. I mean, like, who's checking anyway? The first prom happened in the year 9 CE. I mean, do we really have records that would show that, like, exactly when they did and didn't have prom? Or is it just like a new thing in the last like couple hundred years? But like, how do we know really? I mean, they could have just had prom off the books, just never written about it. How would we know? And that's what prominence is all about, having that secret. I don't know. Prominence is all about whether or not the first prom ever happened in 9 CE. That's what prominence is really all about. If you know it, then you're very prominent. Cross beam. Okay, so maybe like a boss cream. Like the boss of cream. I said I was gonna cream all the Eric Rosens. Let's continue. Maybe I will. Boss cream. Cream for a boss. Boss cream. Yeah, that makes sense. I should probably have the rest of my food soon before like it goes bad or something. So this word's new. I'll quickly go to the bathroom so I can at least rinse my hands, and then I'll have the rest of my food, and then I'll continue with this. This word's new. Boss cream cross beam. say I'm gonna eat and then do more. Hope I didn't lose my place too much. Oh, right, okay, it's this one, okay. Cross beam. Boss cream, that's right, okay. This is new. Mr. Boss Ace. It's another way of thinking of this word. Don't do weed no matter the die. This one, what did I say about this one? Again, it's hard to remember. It's very hard to remember what I said. I know I saw it. Like rage. Did I say something about bear or bay? What did I even say about this word? Are you thinking at the end or like bay and have you definitely saw this word, but silver ear. I don't know. Now let's come up with something different then. So what do I think about, like rage or gear? Bit till lit. Bay, like BAY here. It's like BAE or obviously I'm very tired, but what do you say, like Brio? Let's just use like agility for now. Or beer agility. It's agreeability. A beer would not be good for agility, I would think. I wouldn't think it would be. But anyway. What to say about agreeability? What to say about it? Besides like agility and a beer. Gear. An Abe. An ear. Gabe. Beige. How do I use the ability here? Like Lee. I bitly. What? No, I didn't do that. Don't do that. And I know I saw it. I guess it's just like a beer agility is what I'll say now. Okay. So what can we say about this word? Like, like rub. Rub like. What else? Buke. Bucher. Lee's Bucher. Fair. Maybe Lee is Bucher. IRL Buke. That could work. I'm telling. I mean, there's like rebuke, but then I guess I'm just making a buke here. Maybe it's a word. You also have a bike, and the URL for the bike. But like rub is the URL for the bike. Bulkier. A bulkier bike would have a different URL, I guess, than like rub. Or maybe like rub is the URL for the bulkier bike. Okay. What can we say about this word? Oh, I said something. Oh gosh. There was something about a tab and am I gonna I'm about to get this wrong. I don't think I saw it before. I think it was something else with table. Work table. That was the one with the tab and stuff. Okay. Alright. Okay, so notably, it's a different word. A ton of YLab. Ton in the Bay of L. Tonal by bitonal. Like by the tonal. By ton owl. So owl comes by the ton. Oh, what do I say about this word? What do I say about it? Boat. Lead. N-shaped boat, like what? Bone. Bone. Tully. At. Bonely. Lee at Bone. So I guess he's happy because he's at like a good place. Lee at Bone. Bone meaning good in French. Like bone being French for good. So Lee at Bone. Is he not ably? Maybe that's someone else. Not ably. Well, I don't know about his abs, but we could change not to ton. Ton ably, so he has a ton of ab. Lee ton ab. Or we could also just stick with what I was saying, which is Lee at Bone. Notably Lee at Bone. Yeah, this one I said is premium. Keyholes. So we had eye holes. Now we have keyholes. What do I say about this word? What do I say about it? Like keyhole. It's like I keep putting my key in every time I come back from the bathroom. What do I say about the letters in this word? Come on. Hey. Sulke. Hey Coles. Hey Kilos. Skull. Getting hay from here, by the way. Hey knockout. Cell. Cell is French for salt. Hey okay cell. Hey okay salt. That's interesting because hey, like, are you okay could be like something like it looks like someone had a heart attack. You might ask them that. And salt, I guess, could be bad for the heart. So I guess that's what keyholes are all about, like asking someone who seems maybe in trouble on the floor, hey, are you okay? And then because of the salt, you never know. And that's what keyholes are all about. That's the key that you put the hole on. It's about whether or not salt was bad for the person. Okay. Hey, this one I said that like the stuff better be inaudible. I was saying like what did I say about this word specifically? I said that I wouldn't want to have bled in gold. I wouldn't want to have lost my gold. These buttons being gold colored. Also, when I'm not hovering over them. Write the first two letters of the alphabet in alphabetical order. Alright. Excommunication. And then you become an ex-con. Work at Exxon. So, what do we say about this? Excommunication is when you're like thrown out of the church or out of the religious place, but like for like a priest or like some religious official to be like fired. No more communication or excommunicated, gone for good. And so, what do we say about this word though? Like, how do we break it down to memorize what we saw it? How do we memorize it? How do we memorize it? Comex. Like we have the Comex. I don't know if that's actually how it's spelled, but we can pretend that it is. Like some big trading floor. Comex. And then Munich at. We have like cat here. And cat ion. Don't want to overuse that. What do we think of this word? So, I guess we could think of like Mex, like Mexico. We have like Mexico, and then M-U-N-cation, numcation. Combination. So Mexico combination. UMC nation. What about like in? Comex, Mike, Unation. Comex puts you on the microphone for the nation. Comex, you, Mike, nation. Comex puts you on the mic for the nation. That's not what excommunication is, but we can see the dichotomy there. Comex, you on the mic for the nation. That's definitely not what excommunication looks like. Okay. Palliating. What do we think about this word? Tina G. Lee. Tina G. Lee. Alright, that makes sense. So we see Tina G. Lee is palliating. Alright. Okay, Ned O'Coco. Ned. We have like Dave in the cave. We have Ned in the Ed in the cavern. Ed in the cave right now. Okay. Roaches. ESB. Seb Roach. You know, like Seb as a nickname for, like an abbreviation of Sebastian. So Roach named Sebastian. Which roaches even have like English sounding, or maybe not English, but like language, human sounding names? What roach would have a human sounding name? I mean, roaches could have names, but like more in like roach language, which would be like different from like human languages. Even though Sebastian would be more of like Hispanic than English, but it would still be like human language. Roaches, I would think their names would be in like more like roach language that we wouldn't really be able to understand as humans without like examining the roaches carefully. We also may not be able to hear the roaches communicate with each other. Okay, so we have a roach named Seb. And that's what brooches is. A roach. Even though brooches sounds plural, it's really a Seb roach. We have ache and sob or sorb. Or bros. Do the bros ache? The bros ache in the brooches because of the roach named Seb that bit the bros so they ache. Unfortunate, 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 unfortunate indeed. Right, this one's seen. I was asking if I was babbling. I was like, BBB, real BBB, bubble blower. This one is about Eric Rosen if he's visiting Ting. Alright. Definitely got an inappropriate word in there, inside the word. But what else can we say? Like .org, pi.org. What would that look like? Like Python? You pry around the original to see like what's in the original. So you surround the OG with pry. I guess that's an image for this one. Surround the OG with pry and pry around it to get into the original. To see what's in the original. This one I said like sun hipped. This one I said I didn't want to be feeble minded, I wanted to get it right. This one I said avoid the void with Ed A. And I said other stuff too, like don't want to be dead, avoid being dead. You wouldn't necessarily die if you went into the void with Ed A, but anyway, don't want to go into that void either, want to avoid that, want to avoid being dead. Okay. Isco Riot. Car Riot is Car Riot. KZ Riot is AC Riot. So like a riot is AC. Some people don't like air conditioning in certain situations. Obviously, maybe they feel it'll be too cold with the air conditioning, and I guess it could start a riot if there's enough tension. I guess between people who want the air conditioning and people who don't. Could it really start a riot? I don't know, but I guess if the workers are really mad about the air conditioning situation, then maybe there could be a riot. Is AC riot? Maybe. Maybe there could be an AC riot. I don't know. But maybe there could be actually, if the workers are just really mad about the air conditioning situation where they're working, they could maybe start a riot. Or at least a picket line. Would they really do that? If they're okay with their wages, then why would they start a picket line? Anyway, there could maybe be some kind of an AC riot. AC is riot. Well, maybe not is, but maybe like could be. Riot is AC. Well, maybe it could be due to the AC situation. Okay, so we had dandelion. Now we have Mendelian. Okay, so like Mendel. Like Gregor Mendel. And we also had some word about like Dan being in the middle of something, but anyway. Or like if you like Dan, you don't like Dan, like Dan Rozovsky. But anyway, it's not this word. This word is new. What can we say about this? The nail. Mendy nail. Oh, me den nail. So like nail from me in the den. Nail from Ned and me. No, I don't want that. I don't want Ned's nails in me. Nor would Ned want my nails in him. Nail Ned me. Nope. Nail me den. Well, maybe some of my nails could be in the den. Maybe a nail of mine being in the den. A single nail of mine. A single nail in the den. Mendelian. Periphrasis. Phrase, rip. Rip phrase is. Rip is phrase. Is rip a phrase? Rest in peace. Yes, it is. Rip is phrase. Periphrasis means rip is phrase. Rip is phrase because it is. Rest in peace is a phrase. A sad one, but a phrase. It is. Albeit a very sad one. Periphrasis is all about that. I'm not saying that periphrasis actually is. I'm saying for the purposes of this, periphrasis is all about. RAP is phrase. Inures. What do you say about this word? I said ensure. Ensure that what? Ensure, but there's something more that I said. Ris enu. No, but I don't know. What else can I say about this? In you resign. We don't want that. We want to be ensure that we don't do that. We want to be ensured that that's something. Like against a sin or something, or against a your, or against a run, against a sire, an unsire. It is ensure. It's seen. Bickers. So Gabriel Bick versus Eric Rosen. But then we need the S somewhere. They bickering. They're just playing each other and looks like bickers. Like multiple matches between them, that's bickers. Not just like a single game, but like multiple games and even multiple matches between Gabriel Bick and Eric Rosen. So you not just one bicker, but like many bickers. Bick versus ER, Bick versus ER every time. You don't know who's gonna win. Interesting battles. Like this one I saw like GGG, like like oi and then good game, and I won on like gonging, like gong 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 gong, because I'm happy that I won against NN. I said I wanted to mark up my score, and I asked about like park, like saying in the park to try to hustle people. I talked about rope, and I made sure to add in the pro part when I say that forced 10 pro men to help me get each question right. And what do we say about this? Shared. Dear SH. Steer. Because it's shared. And steer is still like, but then why? If we're sharing, then why do I want to shush them? Seared H. Shared. No, that would have an extra E. Here is D. Heard S. S heard. You want to share as heard. So you want to share what happened or what you were saying because S heard it. So you want to share it with S because S heard it. Like HEARD. S heard it, so you want to have it be shared with S now because it's already shared actually because S heard it. That's when I talked about the Wi-Fi inside a purse, the LAN inside the purse. That's when I talked about like oily coily, for example. Talked about like the two Y's stuff and like if LCO is two Y's and so on, or if like close two Y's, and so on. This one I talked about. This is when I talked about something weird. That's what keyholes are all about, I said. When who knows what he said? He said some stuff. What are keyholes all about? You just make up something new. Keyholes. Hey. Oh, yeah, it's hey, are you okay? Because of the cell. And we're not really sure if the salt made the person have a heart attack. And so he asks, hey, are you okay? And that's what the keyholes are all about. What bot's gonna beat the bot? You put the bot in the bot rots in the tub so you can beat the bot with the water damage. I said I was gonna cream the Eric Rosens. Brevets. What do we say about this word? What do we say about this word? Best Rev. Oh, so the best reverend. That actually makes sense. And brevets is all about the best reverend. Best reverend ever. It's all about what the brevets is about. Like, not too long with the best reverend ever. Best rev. And rev it up for the best rev and the brevets. Alright, what do we say about this word? E gonna be in the middle of the PV, or the AV gonna be in the middle of the pi, or the YP. You're gonna pay and have EV in the middle. What would that mean? You have some middle people named E and V. A yap with V and E in the middle. What would that mean? So like V and E are like middle people, preventing you from doing the yapping you want, making you pay some extra to the middle people when you want to pay. So it's PV. It's like, oh, pet peeves, those VEs, those letters V and E. That can make some sense.